In business, change is the only constant. Organizations must adapt or risk being left behind. Standing still means falling behind as technology markets and competition evolve. Leaders must guide their teams through disruption, not avoid it. Organizational development is about planning and managing transformation so companies emerge stronger and more agile. The core of modern leadership is the ability to lead change. It's not just about managing budgets or schedules, it's about moving people from the old to the new. This means understanding resistance, communicating a vision, and empowering action. In this video, we'll explore a real-world case study of a company facing the need for transformation, the steps its leaders took, and the lessons learned. By the end, you'll have a practical framework for leading change in your own organization. Let's step into the world of Innovate Apparel, a company that has long been synonymous with durable, reliable workwear. For years, they've been outfitting professionals in demanding industries, building a reputation for quality and resilience. Innovate Apparel also fostered a proud traditional culture deeply rooted in its history and manufacturing processes. For decades, their business model, a formula that brought them considerable success, relied on centralized factories, streamlining production, and maintaining tight control over quality. Their distribution strategy focused on wholesale partnerships with big-box stores, a strategy that consistently brought steady profits and predictable revenue streams. This success fostered a base of loyal customers who appreciated the brand's commitment to quality and value. Employees took pride in the Innovate Way, a set of established practices and values that defined the company's identity. Leadership was stable, experienced, but also somewhat resistant to embracing new ideas and adapting to changing market dynamics. But by the early 2020s, subtle cracks began to appear in Innovate Apparel's seemingly impenetrable foundation. Younger consumers with different preferences and expectations increasingly gravitated towards online brands that offered compelling stories, aligned with their values, and fostered a sense of community. They were looking for more than just sturdy jeans. They wanted a brand that resonated with their lifestyle. The lines between traditional workwear and contemporary fashion were blurring, and Innovate Apparel's established retail partners were facing their own set of challenges and struggling to stay afloat. CEO David Chen, a seasoned executive with a deep understanding of the industry, noticed these shifts. He observed declining sales figures, a growing sense that their product designs were becoming outdated, and the emergence of agile startups that were quickly gaining market share with innovative products and direct-to-consumer strategies. Innovate Apparel, a giant in its industry, now faced a critical choice: stick to the old, reliable path that had served them so well for so long, and risk becoming irrelevant in a rapidly evolving market, or embrace a difficult and potentially disruptive transformation that would require them to rethink everything they knew. The very comfort and stability that had once made Innovate Apparel so strong was now its biggest vulnerability, hindering its ability to adapt and innovate. The crossroads was clear and unavoidable: adapt to the new realities of the market, or slowly fade away into obscurity. The journey of transformation, fraught with challenges and uncertainties, was about to begin for Innovate Apparel. Innovate Apparel's wake-up call came from shifting market dynamics. Department stores were closing and new online brands were thriving. Innovate's slow, traditional model couldn't keep up. Consumers now cared about sustainability, transparency, and brand values. Innovate's supply chain and story felt outdated to younger buyers. Internally, morale dropped and talented employees left, frustrated by resistance to new ideas. An internal survey revealed a divide: new hires wanted change, veterans clung to the past. CEO David Chen presented the hard facts: declining sales, lost market share, and employee turnover. He made it clear this wasn't a minor problem but a crisis. The choice was stark: change or fail. The company's legacy depended on transformation. Recognizing the need for change within an organization is often the first hurdle. It requires acknowledging that the current path may not lead to the desired future. But making everyone truly feel the urgency for that change, embedding it in their daily actions and decisions, is an entirely different challenge. It's about transforming awareness into a palpable drive. David Chen understood this implicitly. He knew that to spark real transformation, he had to shatter the company's comfort zone. He did this by sharing unfiltered and sometimes unsettling bad news with all employees, fostering transparency and a shared understanding of the challenges ahead. To further illustrate the competitive landscape, he brought in industry analysts. He showed videos of competitors' successes, highlighting their innovative strategies and market gains, making the need for change undeniable. He also organized focus groups with young consumers, a demographic crucial for the company's future, to gather honest opinions. The results were eye-opening. The blunt feedback was that the brand was perceived as old-fashioned, out of touch with current trends and consumer preferences. This was painful to hear, a direct hit to the company's pride and established identity, but it served its purpose. It broke the pervasive complacency, ignited a sense of urgency, and made it clear that the status quo was no longer an option. David didn't just focus on the crisis, he paired it with a compelling vision of hope, imagining a future where Innovate not only survived but thrived, leading the way in sustainability and seamless digital connection, creating a modern and engaging brand experience. He communicated this vision relentlessly, ensuring that every employee understood the direction and their role in achieving it. He used every available channel, town halls, emails, internal social media to reinforce the message and keep the momentum going. The ultimate goal was to get the vast majority of managers genuinely convinced that business as usual was definitively over, that a fundamental shift was necessary for survival and future success. The stifling silence of complacency gradually gave way to real, open, and sometimes difficult conversations about the challenges and opportunities ahead. Employees across the organization began to see both the very real threat posed by the changing market landscape and the incredible opportunity to reinvent the company and secure its future. The engine of change, initially sputtering, started to turn with increasing speed and power. Urgency was no longer just a concern confined to the leadership team or the executive suite. It had permeated the entire organization, becoming a shared sense of purpose and a collective call to action. With everyone aligned and motivated, the stage was finally set for decisive action and meaningful transformation. No leader can drive transformation alone. David Chen built a guiding coalition, a diverse team with authority, expertise, credibility, and leadership. He included forward-thinking executives, digital experts, respected factory supervisors, and influential sales managers. This group wasn't just senior management, it represented all levels and functions. They met in collaborative settings to foster trust and open dialogue. Their first task? Unite behind the vision and model new behaviors. The coalition became the nerve center of the change effort. Their credibility helped break down skepticism and build trust across the company. Employees saw familiar faces championing change, making it real and relatable. The coalition translated high-level goals into practical steps. With this team in place, Innovate was ready to define its future. The coalition understood that to truly steer the company towards a brighter future, they needed more than just good intentions. The next crucial step was to craft a clear, compelling vision. This vision would serve as the guiding light, the North Star, for all future endeavors. It needed to be concise, memorable, and resonate deeply with every member of the organization. After considerable debate, spirited discussions, and collaborative brainstorming sessions, they landed on to become the most trusted and sustainable work-life apparel brand for the next generation, connecting directly with customers through a world-class digital experience. This wasn't just a slogan, it was a commitment to innovation, sustainability, and customer centricity. This vision honored their legacy of quality and craftsmanship but pointed to a digital, sustainable future, embracing new technologies and environmentally responsible practices. It was a bridge between the past and the future, respecting tradition while boldly stepping into a new era. To bring this vision to life, they launched 4 strategic initiatives, each designed to address a key area of the business and drive meaningful progress towards their goals. Digital Direct, e-commerce, focusing on enhancing their online presence and creating a seamless customer journey. Sustainable Futures, eco-friendly products, dedicated to minimizing their environmental impact and developing innovative eco-conscious products. Brand Refresh, modern marketing, aimed at revitalizing their brand image and connecting with a new generation of consumers. And Agile Operations, faster decision-making, streamlining their processes and empowering teams to respond quickly to changing market demands. Communication was relentless: town halls, posters, team meetings, and internal newsletters. Every channel was utilized to spread the message and keep everyone informed. The vision was everywhere, from the office walls to the company website, constantly reinforcing the new direction. making it easy for employees to see how their work contributed to the bigger picture and understand their role in achieving the company's goals. Consistency and repetition were key to ensuring that the message resonated and became ingrained in the company culture. The vision gave direction and purpose, aligning everyone's efforts towards a common objective and fostering a sense of shared ownership. Employees began to understand not just what was changing within the company, but why these changes were necessary and how they would benefit both the organization and themselves. The company now had a North Star, a clear and unwavering point of reference to guide their decisions and actions. With strategy in place, the real work of implementation and execution began, transforming the vision into tangible results. The transformation had a roadmap, outlining the key milestones, timelines, and responsibilities for each initiative. Change is never smooth. Resistance is inevitable. Middle managers, comfortable with the old ways, felt threatened and sometimes undermined new initiatives. A skills gap emerged. The workforce excelled at traditional manufacturing, but lacked digital expertise. The coalition invested in retraining and hired new talent, creating tension, but also new energy. Product teams worried that new materials and styles would dilute the brand's core promise. Factory workers had to learn new processes, leading to frustration and slower production at first. The coalition kept communicating the why, connecting every change to the company's survival. Setbacks like website glitches or negative reviews were reframed as learning opportunities. Critics pointed to failures, but the coalition stayed the course. Transformation was a marathon, not a sprint. Persistence and clear communication helped overcome obstacles. To keep momentum, the coalition planned for early wins. Within 6 months, Innovate launched its first e-commerce site and made its first direct sale. The team celebrated this milestone, making the vision tangible for everyone. Next, they released a sustainable jacket made from recycled canvas, promoted by an eco-influencer. The limited edition sold out in a week, proving demand for new products. These wins silenced critics and energized supporters. Employees involved were publicly recognized, inspiring others. Each success was tied back to the vision, proof that change was working. Morale improved and confidence grew. Success bred more effort, fueling a positive feedback loop. The company narrative shifted from "this is too hard" to "look what we can do." Short-term victories built lasting momentum. The transformation felt real. True change isn't complete until it's woven into the company's culture. Innovate aligned systems and structures with the new vision. Performance reviews, promotions, and team structures all reinforced the change. Leaders who championed transformation were promoted, sending a clear message. New employee orientation focused on digital, sustainable values from day one. The new culture became self-sustaining. The story of Innovate Apparel offers key lessons. Urgency is essential. People won't change without a compelling reason. Build a strong, diverse coalition to lead the way. A clear vision must be simple, strategic, and constantly communicated. Plan for resistance and celebrate short-term wins. Embed change in culture to make it last, and your organization will not just survive,